wanted to share with you some of the ways in which I spend my writing time. So here's my website. Now, this video is not about this. This is my other business, which I've been involved in for 28 years. This video is about the blog posts that I write. So I won't be answering any questions or taking any comments on this business. So I write under two categories. One is intuitive and spiritual, and the other one is relationships and life. So we'll just look at the relationships and life here. Now you can see I actually haven't updated this since February the 1st, 2022. Well, that's this year, isn't it? And that's simply because I've been so busy doing a lot of other stuff as well. But you know what, looking at it now today, I get a bit of a pang. And so I need to find time to write some more blog posts. So with regards to this category, relationships, life, I write a lot about relationships and dating, for example, because that in my line of work, that's the biggest single reason people will come to me. It's not the only reason, but it's a pretty big reason. So I write a lot about that. But, you know, writing is really therapeutic as well. And so I've noticed that I've also been using it to write about things that have been on my mind or that have been interesting me. So we have this, the last one I wrote in this under this category is why stretching is so important, releasing physical and mental tension and stiffness. Then I wrote one on the law of attraction, and there were reasons at the time I wrote that. Is it luck or is it just common sense and action? And then we had beginning of January, going up and down here, 2022, fear, setting goals and the importance of having hope. And that was obviously as we were coming out of 2 miserable years, isn't it? Something about, you know, connected to the area of relationships, looking for love. Don't be too swift to give your heart away to a stranger, because that's what we do when we fall in love. When the emotions start running the show, we can jump in with both feet. This was important to me at the time. Weight loss, fitness and health. Give yourself a chance to fight the virus. The power of love in a broken world. Now, this wasn't really so much about romantic love, but the fact that we were all struggling with each other at the time. So it was, you know, how important to remember the power of love in that broken world. Now, this one, some people would consider it to be, you know, very morbid, a morbid subject. But, I was thinking a lot about it, the fear of death, because just think about it. I mean, it's an idealistic notion, but if we had no fear of death, nobody could really threaten us with anything, because that's always the biggest threat, isn't it? So the fear of death and how the pandemic brought it to the fore. Are you an overthinker? Does your mind refuse to shut up? You aren't alone. We're all overthinkers, aren't we? That has been a particularly popular blog post. Now, this was very personal. And I've noticed that sometimes people don't like personal blogs. It's either got to be very neutral or it's got to be very, very nice. And obviously that's not a picture of me, because I use Canva, the dreaded old Canva, for a lot of my stuff, images, memes, that sort of stuff. But I was really in a bit of a low place when I wrote this blog post. And I'm sure one or two people had an issue with it or had a bit of an argument with it. But it was just how I was feeling. And, people then can choose to read it or not read it. This is an interesting one. Don't diet. Change your ways. Cumulative effect and weight loss. And here I am going from my chubbier self to my more fit self. I started 2021. I think it was 2021. I started it with a determination to lose weight. Was it the year before? I can't remember now. But anyway, arthritis and various other factors had led me to put weight on. And look at me. Now, some women look absolutely fabulous with extra weight. They are curvy. They've got a gorgeous figure. They've got a nice bosom. Not me. I'm short, 5'2". I look like an apple on legs. That's it. Anyway, so, started off eventually going to kickboxing, although I resisted it for ages, going, I'm too fat, I've got to lose weight first, which drove my daughters insane. And I've heard a lot of other people say that. We're just crazy, aren't we? And And eventually I realized I had to start doing something. So, but I'm very keen to dissuade people from going on diets, really rather just alter their general everyday diet. But, so there you go. That was that. And then, of course, there are older posts, but I just wanted to show you what kind of stuff I write. Actually, we can have a very quick, excuse me, while I scroll back up to the top. Talk amongst yourselves while we do it. Let's have a quick look at the intuitive spiritual. I'm a bit loath to do this because I don't want to get into that in this blog. It's nothing to do with my indie author Leanne channel, but why we are drawn to psychics and fortune tellers. What are we looking for? I like to take the bottom line with everything, and I personally believe that intuitive capacity is, well, it's something that we all have. It's part of our programming, and I can't be doing with all the drama that goes along with the psychic, spiritual, intuitive arena, whatever name you want to give it. Intuition, its true purpose and role in our life. When was the last time I wrote there? See, that was July. I haven't added anything to this category since last July. Gosh, time flies by, doesn't it? The weird world of dreams, and how our mind uses them to communicate with us. Intuition in everyday life. It's normal. So that gives you an idea about, the kind of stuff that I write about where blog posts are concerned. I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. I really am. And I've actually found that the blog posts that I wrote on health and fitness, they have been really popular. But of course, that's not really what the website is about. But I suppose if we're going to be talking about relationships and life, then that's okay to include fitness and weight loss in that, isn't it? Anyway, so there you go. That's my website. I shall show you something else in a second. So here's Google Docs. I write everything in Google Docs, everything. And I've got all sorts of bits and pieces here. I write blog posts in here and then copy and paste them onto my website. I write the scripts for my videos on here. I come up with ideas and jot notes down. And now, last year, my old Chromebook died a death and I lost a lot of stuff. So I had tons and tons of stuff in my Google Docs, and now I've got very little. But these are old stories I wrote quite a while ago and will probably revisit. Although, when you go back and reread stuff you wrote a long time ago, some of it can be a bit cringeworthy, but you never know. I might find something of interest in there. So a lot of what I had has actually gone, but I love Google Docs. So everything starts in here and then gets transferred somewhere else. Yeah, so that's that. And here I am on Canva. So what I've done is I've clicked on video, how to make a video. So I do the, for my some of my YouTube videos, I'll put in little inserts. So I figured out I could do it on here. But so these are the different, so where are we? See, here's my uploads. Thing that I've made and worked on there, Sleepy Pilgrim. Pages for my journal, book covers. So all of this is stuff. So I will write everything, write all the words in Google Documents, and then I'll transfer them over here. Now, I know it's maybe not the most professional way of doing it, but for my high content books, I actually ended up formatting the manuscripts myself through draft to digital, which I found out about through Bethany Atazadeh. I used to watch her videos. I'm going to go back and watch authors' videos, actually. I stopped doing it for a while, but I'm going to. Anyway, so that's my, those are my uploads. So let's go back to the video. So what do we want to make a video about? Just any old thing will do, won't it? So let's say woman laughing. Woman laughing. You probably all know how to do this anyway. And we go to videos. and then we'll pick one. A woman laughing. We're on videos, aren't we? Yeah, this one will do. Right, okay. Come on. There we go. So let's just play that. Right, so now let's go to audio and we'll go woman laughing. Let's listen to this one. Right, so we can just transfer that down there like that. I don't know. There's a lots of things that I don't understand and that don't seem to work very well for me. And I'm sure other people know, but you know, oh, I could move it that time. Sometimes you can't move it. So now we'll shorten this and bring it here. We don't want it too long. Shorten this, bring it here like this and press play. There we go. And then we can download it. Just go on there, click download. And yeah, MP4 video download. So there you go. You've got a little video of a woman laughing, just in case you need it for anything. But Canva is really useful. It is useful. Now let's just go back quickly to uploads. Hang on. We need to go back to home, and we'll go to book cover. And we'll go to book cover. And then let's go in here, upload. So these were some things that I was looking at recently. I'm going to change the cover on one of my my journals, the grief journal. In fact, I'm unpublishing it. I'm going to change the title. I'm going to change the subtitle and the cover, and I'm going to republish it. But just for example, you know, you can. They do book covers here, but then you can obviously use your own that you've created yourself. Let's go to uploads. And these are the mock-ups that I made for one of my videos. And I actually had a comment from a guy yesterday saying, Mom, you know, these aren't actual books, these are mock-ups. So clearly the whole thing went over his head. But then, so for example, I redid the book cover for my Ghost Spirits and Troublesome Entities books. So what I'd done is, that was one that was done on Fiverr there. Can you see it? That one was done on Fiverr. And I'd had several different covers for this book. But this actual image is one that I put together myself. But I liked his font and the way he laid it out. So what I did was, even though I'd paid for that, I actually then went back and let's just remove that. There you go. I actually just went back and redid it. Got something in there that we need to get rid of. There you go. So yeah, and you've got that there to get rid of and all. So that's how I put things together. I know, not the most professional. Sometimes I've had to go to Canva to have things done. In the end, not Canva, Fiverr. Let's go here. So see my book cover. See, I changed this one. Can you see how the lady's big and she's facing that way? And taking advice from people that I asked what they thought. It's not on here actually, but what I did was I reduced the size and then I've turned her the other way. And I've actually sold one of the journals since then. So it's funny, isn't it? But the book covers for my original books, I was having a go about the newspapers and the media here, and over the period of years, how they kept saying the NHS was crashing, and it went back 20 years. You know, the NHS is on its knees. But anyway, so you see, there was another image. There's a good old Judge Judy. I used her in something once. This was a book cover I had ages ago. That was the original cover. Can you see how many covers I've had for this darn book? Anyway, but this book here, then revised edition. This was actually I came up with the background image, but it was actually put together on Fiverr, by somebody. And then of course I've got it's like a brand, isn't it? You can see it's sort of a brand image, if you like. I've got the same here with Daniel. That's not the completely up-to-date one, but yeah. so you can see the brand image. So I'm just, I'm just explaining to you how it all works behind the scenes. What I am going to do at some point is this week, I'm going to make a children's book through Canva. I've never done it before, but I have started to write a little children's story. And I know there's a big thing out there about taking courses and write a children's book. And I actually think that if we're just going to use images from Canva, then it's probably quite easy to do. Now, I know that that's how it's projected, the easy way to make a child's book. I'm not sure that easy is a good idea. So just because we can do something does not mean to say it is a good idea. But I'm going to have a go at that anyway this week, just out of curiosity. Yeah, so there you go. There's the murky inner world of my my so-called writing career. Okie dokie. There you go then. Catch you later.